Hi, for this video, I'm going to be presenting a vlog that focuses on Rizal. I visited different places and interviewed someone who I personally thought is similar to Rizal in some ways. I am not going to spoil my content, so I hope you enjoy the vlog. So, who is Jose Rizal? Jose Rizal is a national hero of the Philippines. Since he is a national hero, it would be natural that there are libraries and museums dedicated to him. And one such place is where I visited, the Rizal Memorial Library and Museum, located in Capitol in Cebu City. As you can see here, above is where the museum is located, and below is where the library is. First, I entered in the library. I went inside the library and went to have a look around. I went through the different sections, then went straight to history section, where I assumed most works related to Rizal will be. And I did find some. As I went through the books, I thought about the other countries that were also oppressed. I thought about how they have similar experiences with the Philippines. The narrative of Rizal's time intersects with other colonized regions by similarly describing how they were oppressed and treated as lessers by their colonizers. They only diverged from each other in how they experienced their oppression and their freedom. As a lesson, no one can control the world alone. When there are varying cultures and histories, there are bound to be differences in opinion and how to treat each other. Every place and culture in the world are unique. Next, I went up to the museum above the library. Unfortunately, it was not allowed to take videos inside the museum. Therefore, I only took pictures, and that is what I am about to show you next. As I went to have a look, I found many interesting things inside the museum, including historical things like what they used in the Katipunan, what they wore, and what they wrote. What I also found interesting are the contemporary arts. Contemporary artists, writers, and thinkers draw inspiration from Rizal's works and ideas by following his example of being true to their works and principles. Rizal used literature as his means of addressing the oppression of the Filipinos. He did not compromise in not using violent means. This serves as a great example of how an artist, writer, or thinker should be: firm and determined. On the other hand, other historical sources promote bravery and patriotism. Rizal also inspires patriotism, but not bravery as much. Well, Rizal also inspires some bravery, but he is mainly about doing whatever you can to help what or who you have, or who you love. Hi guys, manami.
Ay, sa main.
Next up, niadto mi sa new National Museum diri sa Cebu. Dako kaayo siya na museum. This museum contains many life and works of many Filipino artists. Speaking of which, Rizal's life and works show how oppressed the Filipino were. History states that the Philippines was less advanced in everything than Spaniards. Instead of being helped by the higher power to better ourselves and advance our country, the Filipinos were oppressed and were treated as lessers. Rizal's life and works teach us that we must do the opposite of what was did to us in the past. We need to help the weak, speak up to injustices, and to avoid repeating our history to others. Even after death, Rizal's ideals and writings continue to influence Philippine culture, identity, and arts today. Rizal helped create the standards that made many Filipinos a Filipino. Many of the arts in the country portray some kind of patriotism. The cultures in the country stay the same or evolve in a way that does not deviate from its original form. Lastly, the citizens of the Philippines are more inclined to be free and loyal to their motherland. Wana guys, manamig vlog guys. Di ka namig museum guys. Sunod na sa bye-bye! For this next part, I interviewed ang tao na paminaw nako who is very similar to Rizal. Yeah. Ang kanina tao akong gipangutana ko what he thinks about Rizal, what does he think about his works and his values. Ang pangalan niya guys ako introduce si Rian Luis Saladaga. He is a very intelligent, hardworking, and charming person na pwede matawag og pag-asang kabataan ng bayan. So, without further ado, here is the interview. I hope you guys listen to it and enjoy it. Question number 1. What do you think of Rizal?
What do I think of Rizal? Well, Rizal is, of course, our national hero. I believe that he was named our national hero for a reason. He is a very important figure in Philippine literature, but not only in Philippine literature, but also in our Philippine history. He did a lot for our freedom, and he opened our eyes.
Very comprehensive answer. Question number 2. What do you think about the works of Rizal?
What would, um, as I said, Rizal is a very important figure in Philippine literature. I believe that his works are really an important part of our history, as they opened our eyes on the events of the past, but not only that, is that they also opened our eyes on how what we went through during the that era and the rule under the Spaniards.
Also very comprehensive. Next question. How do you feel being compared to Rizal?
Well, of course, that's an honor. Rizal is our national hero, and it feels very amazing. And you say that I am compared to Rizal, but well, in comparing myself to Rizal, I can't really say that I am the same level as him, but I try to be, because I try to be someone like him. He is a patriot. He defends our freedom and inspiration. So it is an honor to be compared to him.
Those are all very great answers. Thank you very much. And for the last question, what do you think a person should have to be the most important?
Person should have to be the most important. Well, that is like what our forefathers have fought for, and also Rizal, it is gonna be our freedom. Freedom, I believe, is our right. We fight for it and we defend it every time. And I think that in freedom, it is what makes us grow, what makes us develop into who we will be in the future.
Thank you very much for all your answers.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
Hi guys. So, nahutdan ako content guys. So, this is it for now. And see you next time. Bye guys.